your profile.
I'm popped in.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I'm glad though. Okay, it's not that difficult over here. It has great potential. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I think that this platform has got some legs, and if they, I keep hearing a few people that have, complained a little bit about the mobile, what do you call it, experience. Yeah, let's call it an experience because it was wonderful. Mick, hey, how you doing, Mick? I haven't seen you for a long time.
How you doing, Donald?
Over there. How are you, Eric?
I'm fine. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. So we're back. So can we just do a little quick interview so we can interview you and show people how this is done?
Sure.
Okay. Welcome back to Blab.Cafe. This is a place where you can talk about your business, products, and or services. We are hosted on Haps today. I've got some stuff running in the background, just a little slideshow of Haps and some of the different pictures and things that's going to go on here on Haps. But Eric, you are an artist. You're originally from what, New York?
That's correct.
And you're now living in LA?
Los Angeles. Fabulous Los Angeles.
Cool. So can you tell us a little bit about what your business model is or what you're basically doing? Because I know you have some of the print on demand stuff. You have some of the things that are like some of your higher end artwork that's basically sold on different platforms. One of the things that I did want to mention to you that I kind of like stumbled upon the other day is the whole idea of what's the word for it? Not cryptocurrencies, but blockchain registration of digital art. Now, this is something that's a market, and they're calling them non-fungible. It's a really funny technical word, but it basically means that, say, for example, you take one of your pieces of artwork and you apply an encrypted number to that piece of artwork. You are selling it to this one person, and this one person has basic control over that digital model or art. So it is a digital piece of artwork that you are selling to this one person. And I remember, you remember too as well. I mean, as well, in Second Life, there's a lot of people that are like making clothing for people and cars and houses and all this stuff. And they sell that as a digital item. Well, now you can take some of that same artwork and apply some kind of cryptographic code to it to make it a one identifiable piece of digital art that somebody can actually purchase from you. And I saw it on a platform, and I'll have to go back into my archives and look for it. But there's a platform that basically hosts all of this artwork, and there's some amazing artists on that platform.
I would love to hear about that. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the crypto aspect of it, but it's funny you say that because I just got myself an Oculus Rift 2, and which I love. And there's like a social networking called AltSpace. And a lot of artists in there, and I created a digital VR art gallery, which is really cool. So I invite people into there, and they can actually look around. I've got like 50 pieces in there, and they're looking around and moving, and they can get really up close. The resolution is really fun. And I was saying, wow, it would be great. I can't have art shows anymore because of stupid COVID, and it would be great to create. Hold on a second.
Go ahead. I don't mind.
Sorry.
Oh, you're kind of you're diffusing the distraction. That's good.
Sorry. Yeah, so it's really cool. I'm excited. Yeah, I've heard about this. Some guy in Second Life, a long time ago, he built a space station for a big party, and he sold it for like $100,000 real dollars. It was insane. That was like 20 years ago, but it was really interesting. Like, wow, this guy just created digital art, and he sold it for real money. It was a crazy idea, but I haven't heard of the crypto aspect of art. That'd be interesting to pursue.
I think they call them NFTs, non-fungible things. No, non-fungible. There's a technical word for it. Somebody look it up on Google, please. It's an NFT. But there are these things that are basically digital pieces of artwork that people are selling. And this one guy, I looked at some of his art, and it was not only beautiful, but it was, the fact of the matter is that you could take that art and you could turn it around and look at it in 3D perspective. So it was like something that was floating that he did. Obviously, he probably did it with some kind of VR tools.
Well, as people get these, like I said, we're going back to this VR thing. As they create their own, space, they are going to want to populate it with like funky art when they, I guess, invite people over. So they want to showcase, their style. So I could definitely see something like that happening. I would have no idea how much I would charge for it because it's kind of crazy, but it's interesting.
That's what's bizarre. This is the kicker. I saw one of these pieces of artwork that had sold to one person for a fairly reasonable price. I mean, it was like $30 or $40, and then this other guy had it up for sale for like $5,000. And I was thinking, what the heck is going on? But then when I went in and I really dug into it, I realized that this one guy who was collecting these pieces of artwork was like a pretty smart cookie, and he was doing it as if he was collecting Beanie Babies, but in a digital format. So he's got this one piece of artwork from this artist, and I thought the piece of art was spectacular. It was just friggin' amazing. And so I could see that the value was way undervalued when the poor guy sold it originally. He could have gotten the $5,000 for it himself as the artist, but he just threw it out there like, oh, this is just a piece of crap I just threw out there. Here's one of my dog scraps that you can have for $50. And then this guy puts it back on the market for $5,000.
I mean, you're familiar with Etsy. People have been selling digital, art pieces on that for like $5 each. They're just, it's just one copy, and sure, I'll sell it for $5. They've been selling that for a long time.
Right.
I mean, I think it's kind of interesting to see what's going to happen. Like I said, I mean, I was really jazzed up to create this gallery in VR space where I just make it as I want, and I'm inviting people in, and it's like I wish I had like digital hors d'oeuvres to give to these people, but it was kind of fun it was an experience. It was fun, and it's just going to get better or worse. I don't know. It was an interesting experiment.
So as far as what you're doing right now, can you tell the audience a little bit about your background and then what you're doing now to earn a living in this COVID environment?
Sure. I used to work in fabulous New York for 20 plus years. I was working at MTV and Nickelodeon doing on-air graphics for those sites. We did promos and opens and original content for Kids TV and for TV Land as well. That was a lot of fun. I was a director of animation for a few years. And then in the background, I was illustrating the Gilded Age of New York, which I love, buildings and architecture, and had a lot of gallery shows, and sold at CB2 and the MoMA store for a few years. And then, the MoMA
Modern
store.
Museum of Art.
Sorry?
Modern Museum of Art? Is that
right?
MoMA?
Okay. Yeah, I made cards for them with my architecture. But then, unfortunately, my job got downsized. So I said, and as you know, New York is very expensive. So I said, So I skedaddled to Los Angeles, where I had a few relatives. So I stayed there for a little while to get back on my feet, and then had some shows in Los Angeles. And now I sell art on Amazon for some brands, Rick and Morty. And then I sell art, and I do graphic design and art direction. I've had a lot of stuff for I don't know if people are familiar with Los Angeles, for Westwood, downtown LA, and trying to find my way in this new environment that we have created for ourselves. Yeah.
So what are you doing to keep a happy face in this situation?
I do a lot of stuff. I have some clients. I sell a lot of Amazon, as I said. I work for some digital agencies that I do graphic design for, animation. It's definitely a lot slower than it used to be, but I just got this maybe potential big gig the other day. It's a lot of hustle and a lot of ups and downs, keeping yourself sane. But I love doing art, and if I could, I've done wall art pieces. I've done some wall art for some celebrities, and that's my big. I'm working for like some startups, so it's a lot of little things. But I love doing art. If I could find clients to make art for wall art, that would be very exciting.
Okay, that's cool. Do you have any pieces that you can show us right off?
Yeah.
Off the
How do
Maybe
I?
one of your pillows or something, because I know that most people that are looking to, there's a lot of artistic people out there that just probably have limited outlets for their art. You know, I mean, a lot of people basically do their art at home. They keep it to themselves, and there's really no way to express it to the public because they don't want to go to art shows. They don't want to go to the swap meets. They don't want to go to these different events and things. So they keep it to themselves. And some people are really talented. I mean, I've seen people that are extremely shy and reserved, but yet they have some amazing talents, and they're not really putting them out there for the
That was me. It took a lot of courage to present my art to my first gallery. I was totally insecure about it. And, like, here's my art. I mean, I was freaking sweating like a pig to even just go in and like say, here, would you like my art? But once I did that, obviously it got a lot easier the next time. But yeah, sometimes you just got to like not listen to your head and throw yourself into fear. And once you do that, you realize that, that wasn't so bad. But and, put your stuff on social media, get people's feedback, see what they think. It's important to get feedback to see how you range, if people like it or not. I mean, of course, you show it to your mom. I love this. I mean, you need to have raw feedback from people you don't know. So, I mean, and if people say something negative, then that's not so bad. You could adjust. I've gotten lots of negative feedback, and like, well, maybe that didn't work out. I could try something else. But if you like creating art, then you should just keep doing it. And the more you do it, the better you get.
Right.
I don't know.
Then the tools that you're using are the digital tools. I mean, there's a lot of people obviously that use tools that are they use tools that are, the old school. They're basically using acrylics and stuff like that. They're using canvases and things of that nature. Can you tell us what some of the tools are that you're using in the digital format, the digital realm?
Yeah, I mean, I love doing. Let's see if we could find something here. I love doing analog and then creating it in digital. So I always use a Sharpie, my pen.
Felt tip marker.
Right, that's my base, and then I use like a little sketch pad like this, and I'll sketch it out, and sometimes in pieces because sometimes it's a small sketch pad, and then I will basically take a picture of it with my phone. Bring it into Illustrator where I can turn it into a vector. Once it's vector, it's very high resolution. You can scale it up however you want, and you can turn that into a T-shirt or a wall art piece, and then you color it in Photoshop, and you can play around with it more. But once it's vector, you're good to go. It's super high res, and it's just exciting to me when like I said, create something analog, like with a Sharpie, and bring it into the computer with digital, and then it could live anywhere. And then when I sell something on Amazon that I created that's being sold in Japan, it's just wow. It's just I just made this and someone bought it in Japan on the other side of the world. It's thrilling,
That's cool. Yeah, that's got to be exciting to see something in Japan. See some girl walking down well, like that one little yellow skirt that I remember you made. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, you have the most exciting thing is that you have all the tools, and a lot of them are free. You have all the tools for marketing, communication, distribution, everything that would have been insane to even think about a few years ago. But you have everything you have. Even this, I have an audience I could create if I wanted to. All you have to do is do it, and make something different.
And even the platform to sell everything on, like Shopify and all the other Etsy and all the other platform. That's why I've said many times. Yeah, I've said many times though that there are so many tools out there that people could use, and they're basically going out there thinking, well, I got to go pay some kind of developer to build me a website and this and that and the other. but there's just platforms like everywhere and ready to use.
Yeah.
Hello, Lindsay.
Insane. Hey, Lindsay. It's good to see you.
There's another artist.
Yeah, I used to make mugs. I was making New York City mugs, and I was going to sell them at this famous chocolate place in New York. And we were working on it, and I had to order like 1,000 mugs. And for some reason, something went wrong, and I couldn't sell them on with this guy. And then I was stuck with 1,000 mugs, and it sucked. But now I don't have to do that with like Printful, which is a product creation site. They will have all these blanks for you, and then they sell it for you. They have the inventory, so I don't even have to have inventory anymore. I could just use it through them and make one. You know, it's insane that you just want to make one mug. That would never happen, even like 10 years ago.
One design and have it spread across multiple, not only products, but you can have it over like a whole range. So you could take one design and put it on leggings, skirts, dresses, coffee mugs, shower curtains. So that's what the print on demand craze is all about.
Yeah,
but you know what I like about that whole industry is that it's kind of like it's almost like what's the word for it? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's when you have something that is more practical and it's not so wasteful, because they're only making it when it's ordered. Exactly. So there's not a huge warehouse full of these things stacked up waiting to sell, because if something is made in huge quantities and they can't sell them, what do they do with them? They have to take them to these these secondary houses and stuff and try to sell them at a reduced price and all that stuff. And then like Burberry, I found out that Burberry, the Burberry company, was literally destroying large quantities of products because they did not want to give them away, and they did not want to mark them down in price, because that made their brand look somewhat cheaper if they were to give these things away at a lower price. And I heard that and I was like, oh man, that's terrible.
And the other thing is that when you're like an individual, as opposed to like a Target or any of the big brand stores, you can be topical. If something happens, you could make some graphic instantly and just put it out there within hours or like minutes, and the big brands can't do that. So you have an advantage, over that. So people like like what just happened last week, if you wanted to do something to like, support democracy, like this won't stand, and you can make that and put it up there and like, that type of thing.
We're going to burn the fucking White House down,
man. Down to a certain president. You could do stuff like that. That's kind of crazy too.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice though, because like you said, it is instantaneous. So like I can do this too as well. That's why I set up Little Beaches, was so I can actually take some of my artistic ideas and put them down. Thanks, Frazier, for the Super Heart Award.
Hey, Frazier, what's up?
Yeah, this is cool. So the other thing I wanted to say about this platform is that it is definitely, because it's in beta, they're still working through some of the bugs. But after I mentioned that I had a couple of little freezing issues, they pretty much I think they've solved them.
Yeah, I saw this either from you or from Bobby. Like, whoa, this is really cool. I guess I say that every time a new platform comes out, but I'm super impressed. It's so far, it's fantastic. I really like it. It's got presentation stuff. I can share my desktop. I easily
earn money. You can actually earn a little bit of money here for like maybe doing some courses and stuff. I think I've earned something like $5,000 here.
Oh, nice.
No, just kidding.
I made 35 cents so far.
No, I'm giving away my coins as fast as I get them, because I didn't really join. I basically came onto the platform so I could, do this, promote businesses. That's what I like to do. Hi, there's, forget it. Let's see. Awesome to hear. They are so responsive to bugs. Yeah. I think that they are. I think they're trying to do their best. Well, I'm sure that with their being hosted on AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, so they have to make sure that all of their software is meshing and everything is working well together. I think all of these different companies that are trying to do this, are faced with certain hurdles they have to get through, certain bugs that they have to get through when they're, in the beta format.
Yeah, but I'm definitely hooked on it so far. I mean, it's fun to to check out, see what people are doing, and I hope it grows. I mean, I really like it so far.
Yeah, me too. So what's going on there in LA? Anything special?
We did have rain last week for the first time in a year, which was nice, and it's actually nice and warm. It's about 70s again, which is fun. Hopefully there'll be no fires this year, and our COVID situation is going ape shit, which is not good, and normal things. But it's beautiful in LA. Went hiking yesterday to a remote area. No one was around, but yeah, it's business as usual.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, puppy. Do I know this dog?
This is Teddy.
But I don't remember you having a dog before, but maybe I didn't see it.
I got it about a year ago.
Look at that, Trey. You got it a year ago? Okay, yeah. So that's fine. Well, you got a dog, I got a dog. Hey, this dog's like psychedelic.
Ruff.
Look at that dog right there. Look at that dog right there, Trey.
Say hi. Ruff. Hey, right. We could just have a dog show.
Yeah. We'll have the what do you call it? The kennel show.
Yeah, exactly.
The New York Kennel Show.
Yeah. Ruff.
He's like a winner.
He's a small dog.
He's like, I'm the winner. I'm hands down the winner. I'm the best looking dog on the show.
He's a pretty good dog.
He's just tired. We're not getting that much exercise because the rain here has been intense.
Oh, really?
Like you walk outside and you're just soaking wet in no time at all.
All I do is walk my dog. That's the exercise I get.
The question from Brigitta is, do comments auto show or do you select them on screen? You have to actually click. There's a little present button to the right of the comment. And if I click on that, it'll basically pop up. So there you see, I clicked that one, and I also liked the comments. You can just click on those as well. So that's what, Zakia, she's like a pro at this because she's been doing it for so long. She knows the tempo and the idea behind really keeping up with the comments. And I, like me, I've just never been one to just pay complete attention to the comments because usually I'm too involved in interviewing someone.
Right. Yeah. You can't do both.
You gotta watch the comments.
Yeah. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, thanks. Trey is he's like 10 years old now. He's a Jack Russell Terrier, and yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, that's because I spoil him.
But I've always since Blab went on, I always thought that these type of platforms are important and they're fabulous, especially the more when you get topic. I love tech comments and people who are interested in that, and it'd be great if that built up where you had like these people just talking about what's going on, like CES is this week, or financial stuff, or IPOs, investment. I love that type of stuff. So hopefully that'll pop up as well.
Right. Oh yeah. What are they going to do with CES this year? Do you know?
I think it's a virtual type of. You could go on free, and I guess they have virtual presentations, but I don't know about the booths. I don't know what's going on with that. They usually would have booths at the show.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
When I say booths, I meant booths.
Booths.
They announced some stuff.
I've seen that some of them are going to be held like wasn't CES. There was another one. It was one of those marketing things. They were going to do it virtually and have all the speakers basically, have all the speakers just do everything online. And I'm thinking that's no different than just going and watching one of their YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's the best thing they can do, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that whole idea of live events I think it's ridiculous to think. We've been throughout history. We've been through some really radical illnesses that have killed lots and lots of people, and people always get back to a level where, you know, you're kissing and hugging people and stuff like that. And, you know, it's just nature that people have to be connected. And I keep hearing these politicians and these weirdos on these social media platforms that are saying, oh yeah, we're never going to go back to normal. What's this is the new normal. And I'm thinking, you're so full of shit, because people aren't going to keep on walking around with masks on.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, if some guy was telling me about this.
You know what? Fuck that. I would rather die than just go around with.
You can only stay in your house so long. But some guy was talking about the Spanish flu of 1918, and supposedly that lasted 3 years. And because of that, the Roaring Twenties was created, and people just went ape shit after that.
Yeah. They just went out and start drinking and going and having parties.
Right, but then
we got that question from Begitta. What is Clubhouse?
Yeah, what is Clubhouse? I've heard of that.
It's an audio-only thing for weirdos like Grant Cardone and those kind of idiots.
Oh, really?
So-called experts. I don't like any platform where all they do is just come on and then pat themselves on the back. Let's see, what do we got here? For events, have you tried Hopin? No, I'm not going to use Hopin, and I'm not going to use StreamYard anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what Hopin is. StreamYard was good a few years ago, but I haven't.
Hopin just acquired StreamYard for a couple of mil.
Really, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to use Hopin, because Hopin is more of an events platform. I don't really want to get involved with any kind of like marketing things or event things. You know, like I think they're too cheesy. And what's the word for it? What are those things? You know, when you have not like an infomercial. It's like one of those things, you know, where they just talk and talk and talk.
Those are
seminar.
Yes,
a webinar.
Webinar.
Yeah, I mean, those things are so old school, and they're so irritating these days, because you know that at the end of this webinar, there's going to be somebody trying to hard sell you something. And it's just so transparent these days.
Verbatim, you know, it's the same type of presentation. It's like, okay, next.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like in the 1970s, when there was a lot of multi-level marketing companies that were just trying the same stuff. They try to get you into these places by offering you a free dinner. Oh, we'll give you a free dinner if you come and listen to our presentation. And so you go to the local Marriott and listen to their presentation, and then they're trying to sell you some kind of timeshare project.
Right. Yeah.
Weird place.
I've been to one of those. It was a free breakfast.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just that I think that things have to evolve, and webinars are just really ridiculous waste of time. In my opinion, they are a waste of time.
Totally. Yeah. But I'm sure if this platform gets popular, you'll see that pop up here too. So
marketers.
Yeah.
They haven't, like, we're not trying to market anything, even though people can go to your website. They can go to my website. They can go anywhere they want, and they can go look at your products.
Sure.
That's what's cool about it. I mean, and it's not like shameless promotion, because throughout history, everybody has products that they're wanting to sell to another person, and there's always somebody there that's going to buy them.
Yeah.
It's just that yours is more, what do you call it, esoteric. So it's like an artistic thing, and it's all judgment based. It's like, oh, I really love this. I really want this in my house. Like one of your pillows, for example. They might just go, I really want this because I just love this art.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the case. I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I love creating art. That's what brings joy to me. I just like doing it. And when people buy it and people use it, it's like, wow, someone bought, like I said, someone is wearing something I created, and that's like really thrilling to me. It's like fantastic. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So far, it's like I said, it's up and down. Just got to keep doing it until until it gets better.
Well, I have one other thing too I'm going to mention to you, and this is something that you could do, and I think you could probably do really well with it, because it is probably one of those markets that you, for whatever reason, you might not have thought about. But I think that you should take, because your art is in some aspects, some of it's kind of quirky, but what I've seen from some of these websites that I've been on, you could go over to the Chinese market and start selling your products in China. And the reason that I say that is because some of the art that I've seen on like some of these girls' t-shirts, for example, some of them have exactly the wrong phrase. So it's like a phrase they were thinking of. They're going, I remember that was an American phrase, and I want to put it on a shirt. So what they'll do is they think that they know what the phrase is, so they write it in. They take Chinese, they translate it, and then it comes out all wrong on their T-shirt. And I'm looking at them going, what did they intend on writing? But that's why I was thinking that because your artwork is some of it's like real cartoonish and some of it's cool and some of it's edgy, you could really probably carve out a really nice part of that market. And it's huge.
Yeah, well, we just got Japan. I heard that for some reason in China, New York is very popular, like New York buildings and New York bridges. That's me. So I've been trying to get into that market. That would be a lot of fun, and obviously it's a gigantic market. I was excited. I just sold a few pieces in Japan. That was thrilling. So yeah, I mean, I like the wrong phrase idea. It could be kind of funny, if you did silly phrases.
Yeah, and what else is funny about this, about what I just said, is I had a girl that I was, writing to. Her and I were like pen pals. This was her exact words from her letter, verbatim. She said, "I started out. My parents did not have a lot of money." She says, "I started out by starting a small business because she had an uncle that loaned her a little bit of money, and she started a small cosmetics business. Her business got so popular in one city, I think it was Guangdong, and she started there, and it became so popular that she started spreading to different cities, and now she's got I think something like 4 boutiques, and her products are being sold in hundreds more boutiques."
Yeah, that's crazy.
But she says it is easy to make money in China. If you whatever product you have, it just sells because you have millions of people that are potential buyers. Yeah. So that's where you just look at the numbers and you just crunch the numbers. You go, okay, well, there's got to be a lot more people that are going to be having access.
Well, did you hear what happened to Alibaba? I mean, he was making more money than the Chinese government. I think he's gone.
Jack Ma.
Yeah, he's missing.
Yeah, well, you won't believe what I just saw on that same platform where I was talking to that girl. There was another girl that says, my uncle is Jack Ma. And I'm going, what? So I copied her letter and I saved it because it was such a surprise. She just says, "My uncle is Jack Ma." And I'm thinking, okay, well, here's a multi-million-dollar. And she goes on to say, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but she says, "I built my business from scratch." And she goes, "I did not get any money from anyone." So she goes, "When people look at me," she goes, "I want them to look at me as being on my own, being on 2 feet."
It's thrilling like I said, everything is here and it's exciting once things happen. It's just slow. If you can make a ramp of success, even though it takes, I've been on my own for about 8 years now, and it's very slow. But the fact that it's slowly creeping up in the positive is exciting, frustrating, but at least I'm going towards the mountain as opposed to away from the mountain.
Right. Hey, Sarah Slurpey's here. Thank you.
What's up, Sarah Slurpey?
You just gave me $100. Thank you very much. That's great.
I think it's 10 cents.
10 cents? Jesus, come on, man. What are we playing with our Cracker Jack box here?
Hey, it's 10 cents more than you made on Blab, right?
Yeah. Technically, I made more money here on this platform than I ever did on any other platform.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. So anyways, what are you going to be working on in the next weeks and months? Anything special?
Yeah, I am. What am I doing? I just got a new brand on Amazon that I'm excited to work on. That's cool. I'm learning ZBrush, which I've been doing a few things, which is a fantastic 3D modeling. I do a lot of 3D product imaging. So someone will. I worked on this project with some airline in Europe, and they had a travel case that they gave to first class people. And so I was designing a graphic for that in 3D, so you can get different angles, and it's real-time visualization for 3D products. That's kind of fun. And doing my art, my graphics, and blah, 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 learning new programs. And maybe this crypto art thing will take off.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things. I'm sure that Sarah probably knows about those platforms because I know that she's been involved in the virtual worlds. Like, what's the name of that one? It's called VR there's so many now. These VR worlds where
Sarah should get the Oculus Rift and go into AltSpace. It's fantastic.
AltSpace, there it is. Yeah,
yeah. It's the Oculus Rift. From unfortunately, you have to like bow to the Facebook gods, but it's the most impressive VR headset I've ever used. It's only $300, but it's fantastic. I mean, it's really cool. You can create these worlds. AltSpace is like Facebook for VR, and like that's where I created that art gallery. Oh, she's on it.
Yeah, she uses it on a regular basis. That's why I said that it'd probably be a good idea to get in contact with her. You know, the other thing though, with the digital artwork though, and the fact that people are selling stuff that is cryptographically, what's the word for it? They're tagging it with a cryptographic number.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I got to check that out.
That way, you know, you have it's like somebody making a digital token. So except it's connected to a digital piece of artwork. So you know that you have the one and only or the original. Mm-hmm. And some of these artists have done things like boom boxes and stuff, and then they've printed them in multiple colors and stuff. And like one boom box is silver, one's bronze, one's gold, and then they sell those at different price points.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I would love to, investigate that more.
Yeah,
AltSpace is very interesting. It's one of the most sophisticated on the Oculus. It just came out, the new one, and like I said, it's very inexpensive, $300. The technology is very impressive, and what's coming out soon is going to be fantastic. I use it for like workouts. You're building up sweat because you can't go to the gym anymore. AltSpace is
that one where there's actually software where this guy's like taking a thing and then he's ducking down between these triangles.
Yeah, there's a boxing one that you're fighting this guy, and I am sweating, man. I mean, you're sweating like crazy. It's fantastic.
One's cardiac arrest. Oh, Jesus Christ!
You see that happen. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Engage One. Is that another software for
Engage? I don't know that one.
Engage One.
I should try that. Is that on the? Oh wait. Oh, maybe I did hear that one. Engage. There's a few of them. AltSpace is the most. There's one come out by Facebook called. There's a Facebook one specific coming out. AltSpace is owned by Microsoft.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool so far. And Facebook is going to have their own social platform too in VR space called Horizons. I think it's called Horizons. That hasn't been announced yet. Oh yeah, Sarah knows it. Sarah, I mean, are you on it? I know some people are in the beta. I haven't. I don't have access to that. It looks okay.
I went over to that platform with my laptop without any VR or Oculus device. And I was really impressed with it. Just looking at it with my other device, with my laptop, not any kind of Oculus connected to it. It still looks cool.
I was because I only had the PS4 VR, and that was good, but it was connected by wires, and the resolution was okay. I mean, I liked it, but it had a lot of problems with the setup. This thing is so sophisticated. It's got cameras. It's got face track, hand tracking. It's got like its own little area that keeps you protected. The resolution is I think 2K. The audio is great. It's just a phenomenal piece of technology. It's mind blowing how, I mean, like I said, it's $300, but the stuff they packed into it is just insane. It's fantastic.
Right. That's cool. Let's see. I was in it a few years ago before they closed it to beta. Similar to Facebook venues.
She's talking about the Horizon social network. They're creating their. I mean, Facebook wants to. Well, I don't know if they're still going to do it, but they were going to create their own Bitcoin. maybe they won't do that anymore. But it's interesting. You can't create your own luxury.
Let's see. Hello from Dumfries.
Maybe I've tried Engaged. I've only really been impressed with AltSpace. And there's one called VR Chat, which is kind of weird. There's a lot of weird avatars in that. It gets a little crazy. But it's interesting if you want to be in weird world.
Yeah.
But you would love it, Donald. You would love the engagement.
Well, I told you what happened when I went into Second Life. I had so much fun there, I had to stop.
Oh, you know, Second Life, this is like a trillion times better.
Well, I went in there and I literally stole a scooter from some guy and I started riding it down the street. And this guy's like running behind me going, "Hey, you have to pay for that." I'm just driving it around, driving it like, Evel Knievel. And then I just got off and I go, "Oh, sorry."
I mean, you're in this virtual world, and I'm talking to this guy from the Isle of Man and some guy from China, and we're all like, represented by avatars, and we're all standing and looking at each other and, having this virtual conversation. It's surreal, it's very disconnecting, I guess, because you're there.
Sarah's really chatty today. Listen to this. It says Sansar uses their own Bitcoin in their world. Oh, their own cryptocurrency. I don't know what
Sansar is. What is Sansar?
Sansar.
Well, Facebook was going to have something called, what was it called? Virgo or Venus or some Bitcoin. But I don't know if they're going to do that now since all the states are suing them. But I could definitely see that happening. Now what Bitcoin is like 39,000 or something. People are going to have their own coin soon. I don't know what Sansar is.
Well, all cryptocurrencies are going up pretty drastically because of the unrest with the financial system and the political systems in the United States.
I will sell my artwork for 2 Bitcoins.
No, the cool thing is about the most people don't even understand the principle of cryptocurrencies is that you can buy fractions of it. And they don't get that. It's like it doesn't register. Like you take a dollar bill, it's not like you could tear little pieces off of it. No, you have quarters, nickels, and dimes and pennies, right? The same thing with cryptocurrency, except it goes down really fractionally. So if I wanted to buy $10 or $15 worth of Bitcoin, I can do that.
Yeah, I haven't done. I don't know enough about cryptocurrency to really get into it. I mean, I've seen what is going on, but. I would like to maybe get into it for. Oops.
I don't know what that is. What's TGAT?
TGAT. Sansar.
There's an app called High Fidelity, like TGAT. What does that do?
Once again, Sarah is ahead of the curve on everything. Sansar.
Sansar is VR.
Is that on the store?
Sansar is a VR platform. They were introducing online jobs. And Bitcoin payment, but not sure if they are still around. Okay. High Fidelity left the VR game. Oh, okay. Jane Caranfart. They do audio for Meeting Now. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool.
All right.
Keeping up with all the comments because this is really new to me because this is the first time I've ever had so many comments coming in from so many directions that I'm basically I'm overwhelmed. Not sure why they had the best VR platform so far.
Is Sansar, is that on Oculus or is that a different Oculus, different VR headset? Because I've never heard of that. Because I know there's a store with Oculus I'm not familiar with. I think I've seen Engage, but I haven't tried that. Sansar, I'm not sure. Sorry, Donald. My son is calling me, so I got to take care of that. But it's awfully good to see you, and I would love to talk to you again in the future. This is a really cool platform, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, you're an artist as well, Jane Cerami. Okay, cool. Well, we'll get you on here sometime, and you could show us your art. So that's another thing I wanted to say too. Thank you, Eric, for coming by here and telling us about your business, products, and services. You're welcome to come on anytime you want, and that goes the same for everybody that comes on.
It's great to
This
see
is
you.
basically a place for people to promote their business products and services. What was that?
It's great to see you again, Donald.
Really nice seeing you again. I'm glad you're all healthy and you're not dying of the COVID, man.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you.
We're all keeping strong. Take it easy. Okay, there we go. So that was Mr. Wonderful. Some of you know him as Eric. He is an artist and he does lots of really cool art. If anyone wants to jump in and talk for a while, you're welcome to. I basically just need to send you an invitation. I don't know if you're all cammed up. If anyone wants to jump in, just basically send me a message saying, I want to jump in. Then that way I can bring you on. I have to basically send you the invite first. So engage. Let me see, what's that say? Engage is on web, Google search, or on the stream. The Steam platform. Yeah, use Steam VR to your headset. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to get myself an Oculus Rift because I know, or Oculus 2. I want like a whole set where you have those really cool haptic tools, because we have a guy here on this platform. His name, I believe, it's CR something. His stuff is really, really cool. He does really bitchin' like 3D art. He's just literally doing it while he's standing up. There he is, C.S. Murphy, that guy right there, or right there, C.S. Murphy. So he does artwork on this platform and he does it live, and he'd be standing there for like a couple of hours at a time. Donald, you don't need a headset to use Engage or AltSpace if you want to try it out. Yeah. Do you remember that I said I went to AltSpace with just my laptop, and I basically went on there, and it was really cool. I really had fun, but I was like seeing that I could spend really loads and loads of time there. I could really get really involved in spending time talking to people and stuff there, because I had gotten into some conversations just the day that I was there, and I didn't realize that I had spent so much time. And I look at the clock and I go, Jesus crumbing, I got to take Trey for a walk. I got to do this. I got to do that. And here I am spending a couple of hours on a VR site. So, yeah. Yeah, C.S. Murphy, he's a really amazing artist. Yeah, C.S. Murphy? Yeah, he's great. I think the thing is, too, is like he's showing what's possible with those types of tools. And even though he makes it look easy, I know it's not really that easy, because even with something as simple as there's a Microsoft program, it's called Paint. I think it's called Paint 3D or something like that. It's a regular Microsoft program. But even with that one, you feel like you're painting something and you're looking at it correctly. And all of a sudden you take that whole object and you turn it and you realize that there's a lot of things that are misaligned and they're not in the right alignment. When you look at it from this one position, everything looks lined up and it looks proper. But as soon as you turn it slightly, it's like, what happened? My whole project looks like a mess. So that's what's really cool about what CS is doing on his platform. He's showing how he's using those haptic tools and the spray brushes and stuff. And he's just like, shh, and he's going, oh, I don't like that. So then he'll come back and he'll edit that actual line and like move it over this way or push it that way. And he obviously he has a lot of experience with those tools. So it takes a long time to get that good. Let's see, neat. Broadcast and shows there now to daily events. Yeah, I'll have to come over there and take a look at it. Yeah, he's sculpting with VR. Yeah. And I asked him about that too, because sculpting is one of those things that I never even realized that you could do until I saw a friend of mine who is a teacher that teaches people how to use a software called Blender. And I don't know how many of you know about Blender, but it's amazing. You can do animations, you can do all these different like figurines and morphing stuff, and it's just bizarre how much you can do with it. It's crazy software. But basically, what he was doing is teaching people how to use it and get fast at it, because there are certain quirky things that are different about Blender than there are about other softwares. There's just so many different pieces of software out there these days. So, oh, and another thing too is, can you see right there where it says subscribe? So if you see if you're scrolling down this platform and you see somebody's channel that you like, just subscribe, and then you'll get notifications for their content when they do, happen to go live. So that's pretty handy to know. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Hey, Zakia, how are you? I'm getting better at the comments, Zakia. I'm starting to like have my. Well, you know what I noticed when I went back and I looked at the replay of you and I talking yesterday? I realized that I was sitting there and it seemed like I was being rude to you, because I was sitting there trying to look at the comments while you were speaking into my ear, and I'm thinking, oh, that looks kind of rude, because I'm not paying attention to what she's saying. I'm paying more attention to the comments. So that's the difference between a one-person show, like you've started out doing the solo shows on Periscope, so you could look at the comments and follow along with the comments. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have to start stepping up my game. Yeah, C.S. Murphy is so cool. Jane Cerami, yeah, you're welcome to come on sometime. Jane, Sarah, you're welcome. Zakia, you're welcome to come on anytime. And of course, we just had Eric on. So if anyone wants to jump in, just let me know and I will send you an invite, or I can send out invites right now. Or would just let me know and we'll do it on another day. If everyone would put into the chat which day is good for them, then that way I can kind of get like a schedule going where I know that I can, block out an hour or two and get on days that are more convenient for the general population. Because I mean, there's going to be people from all over the place that that are going to have different schedules, and I want to get kind of like in that rhythm where I'm just doing regular shows, like every other day or even daily if I need to. Yeah, I can fit a bit. Is that something I should know? Yeah, I can fit a bit. Oh, thanks for the super hearts. Maybe Tuesday or Thursday. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because like I said, it's going to take a while before I get into a regular routine, because it all takes a little bit of time for setup and stuff. And what you can see behind me is a little basic slideshow. I can do those on the fly, or I can do them like pre-show, especially if I have a lot of slides that I want to put into it. So if I have 10 or 15 different slides that I want to put into a slideshow, it's going to take me about 5 or 10 minutes to set that up. So, it's good to have a little bit of heads up if I was going to do that for someone specific. I can for a bit now. Okay, let me hit you. Let's see. I need to run. Take care. Thanks for stopping by, Brigitte. It's Brigitte. Let me see. I'll send you an invite and see how this works. Let's see, Jane. There you are. Just sent you an invite. Jane Cerami. Wow, jumping in quick. I don't. Oh.
Hi.
There we go. No camera?
Not sure the service is. If the service is good, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, there's your camera too. Cool. Let's bring you on. There we go. Hold on. I got to put my cat down.
Pardon?
I'm just so teasing. I said, just a minute. I have to put my cat away. Yes, I'm using I'm using green screen. The reason I use green screen is I've been using it for years, along with what do you call it? OBS. It's like one of my favorite tools.
Right, right. Can you
Yeah.
hear me okay? Am I coming in all right?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Okay, because you know, the screen is so different on the mobile. I usually broadcast, when I broadcast, I do it on my laptop.
Right.
But the mobile screen is very different. You can't really control anything, like, you know, if I wanted to show stuff. But I'm just looking at the different pictures, but there's a vertical where I am, and then, you know, I don't know. Are you you're familiar with the mobile version of this?
Yeah, I
I've
basically,
seen
when
it
I am
work on the
mobile, I
mobile.
basically put it in the portrait position on this Huawei phone, and then I put it in landscape position when I'm on my laptop. And it's easy to do it that way. But what I'm going to be doing with my mobile device too is when I do cooking shows, I'll take my secondary device, point it down at the cook surface, and then have the other camera pointing at me, so I could be talking and have two cameras on the same thing at the same time.
I actually did that with my iPad Pro, which I do digital drawing. So I did
Oh,
that
okay.
the other day. Yeah, so I point the camera, the phone camera down, and then on my laptop I control all the studio.
Right.
The only
Yeah,
thing is that
pretty
I
easy.
found that I might need like a new maybe webcam, because when I do that with the phone camera, the iPad is so backlit that it blows the artwork out. You know,
Yep.
the tone,
Yep.
the tone. So I'm not
Yep.
sure how to control that.
The one thing I would say is like what I'm using right now that you're looking at me on is called a Logitech C920. And the nice thing
Right.
is I really stumbled upon this little tripod, which is really cool because it's got like a little ball and socket, but it's got a
I have
notch.
it.
So it's got that notch, so you could just turn the thing and point it directly down at your work surface, and it works great for like when I'm doing something on the cooks. Yeah,
I actually have one. I'll show it to you, but
yeah,
it's a really cool one. I mean, it's
that's
great.
cool.
Here, it's this one.
Yeah,
See?
yep.
And then my iPad is here, but like I said, it blows out the color, the
So you
lighting.
can't can you not basically just tone down the amount of light that's coming through your device? So it's like
Yeah, I could
reducing.
do that. I could do that,
Okay.
but then it's not great for me drawing, you know, because the
Yeah,
light is so dim.
it's kind of obfuscated for you when you're looking at it. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have to think about it. I was thinking of a digital camera, but I'm not sure that would help either. But
Yeah,
although
that's kind of a tough one. I don't know what else you could do other than maybe that would be even change the screen resolution as well if you laid some kind of like anti-glare something over
yeah,
the iPad, but then that would change
that
that
would
would change
change
the
the
whole thing too.
sensitivity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I did one day was broadcast the iPad directly into the computer. And then,
Right.
you know, you can see what I'm doing, but you don't see my pen. You just see
Right.
the changes in the artwork.
Right.
You know, so it's
Well, that's kind of a tough thing, but I think that's a kind of a cool. That's kind of a cool. I think my niece was doing that for a while, where she was doing these characters, like hello, like my what is it? My little
oh,
kid, the little kitty, or what is it? My kitty. Oh,
yeah, I think it's called My Little Kitty. Yeah, I
or
think
yeah,
that's what it is. It's that Japanese
yeah.
popular
Well, she was
character.
doing that, and she was doing My Little Pony. It was like this little pony thing that she was doing, and some of these other like Disneyland characters on her iPad. And what I was seeing on my end was just the art happening, nothing
Right,
else.
right.
So yeah, it was all right, but you know.
I mean, on
Yeah,
Periscope, I actually on Periscope the lighting was much better, and I did it the same way. But I think that they have to like perfect the lighting on it, because it just seems very high in contrast in general.
right, right.
So I
And
think
I think
I'll message
there-
Pablo you know, and see if
There
they
was
can.
another point in time when I remember her having the iPad in front of her and then also having a camera pointing down at it, and she was using her finger to paint
Yeah,
and
you
like
can do
the
that.
colorations and stuff. So that's another way that she was basically doing it to where I could see her actions coming to light on the screen. So, but there was a certain amount of glare and stuff, and she told me that she was doing it in a very dimly lit room. She was doing it in a dimly lit room, so any of the light sources was coming directly from the iPad. You could see it fairly clear, and I was
Huh.
pretty impressed.
I could try it. I try that, but usually I do keep the room dark if I'm doing digital work, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I actually, I Periscope the whole. I self-published a children's book digital with digital art. It was really cool, and I did it on Periscope. So that's what I'm planning on doing next um,
Okay, cool.
on the iPad. Another children's book, but
So is that what you would consider your bread and butter? I mean, are you working
no,
as an,
no.
oh, okay.
I'm a graphic designer
Okay.
by trade, but a fine art, graphic designer slash fine artist. I always wanted to be a fine artist, so at this point in my life, I'm really trying to, do more of that than the graphic design work. I use all mediums. I paint oils, I paint acrylic, watercolor, pencil, charcoal, pastels. So I have my own website, and
Okay.
I do sell my own artwork. So
You're
I'll have to
welcome
make sure.
to share those links, and that's something that Eric knows too. Because when he was on, I was thinking, Eric, you got to share your links all the time because, no one's going to promote you except you. You know what I mean? Because like
I
we're
know.
all out there working to get some notoriety and stuff. So it's a
I
good
know.
idea to share your.
I'm
Yeah, it's
very
a good
bad
idea
at
to share your
doing
links.
that. I'm not a salesperson at all. Like,
Well, that's why I basically did this platform. When Blab started, I thought, wow, this is a really good platform to do exactly this, and that's small business promotion and startups because there's a lot of people that don't know how to get their video content put together so they can take little snippets of it and put it out there for the public to see. So I figured, well, if I make kind of like a relaxed interview style of show, then they could take those interviews and basically pop them up on a screen or a website somewhere else, just for kind of like a little secondary promotion. You know what I mean? Because there's like no way to do it any other way unless you are physically and you've got the gift to gab and you want to go on Facebook and places like that.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
I know. I see a lot of people here are very talented, the gift of gab, but I am not that person. I try to be, I try to engage my audience and chat with them because I do like to become, I do like to make friends on social media. So,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
great.
it's nice because you have platforms like this, and it's I mean, I find myself sometimes it's kind of like a nice release because I get to communicate with my friends like that are in Scotland and California
I know
and
it's
other
so
places in the
cool.
world. Yeah,
It's
so it's
it's
pretty
so
useful.
cool. I mean, I have friends all over the world as well. I mean, it's just the
Yeah,
best thing. That's why I'm very sad that Periscope is leaving, but happy that Haps is here, to
yeah.
help continue the connection,
I really think that this platform is going to do well. They've been working on ironing out their little bugs, so I think
Yeah.
that it's going to do really well. And I like the fact that I can like literally send you an invitation and you can jump in, and I have that moderator kind of control over it. I can see what's
I
happening,
know, it's cool.
so it's really good.
Very
Yeah,
cool. The
Candy,
only
it's
thing
been
is
really
that
a
the
long time.
mobile, that they have to like really fix the mobile platform,
Yeah, yeah. I think they're
It's
working on it.
it's not as
I
good as
I was complaining to them pretty hard when I had done an interview with someone and the thing basically froze, and then the developer he just says, "Yeah, we're sorry. It's this Amazon Web Services that we're trying to deal with." So, how do I get
right.
the iPhone? How do I get it? How do I get with iPhone? Yeah, Santos. I think you just need to go download the app.
Yeah, you just download it and then just,
Then
log
you'll be
in.
able to just jump in, and I can send you an invite.
Yeah.
You're over on Facebook now, but you have to come to haps. What is it? Haps.tv. Yeah, haps.tv, and then you'll see us on the landing page. And then if you come in here, you'll be able to do it that way. DI with
Does
I.
he mean to come into the broadcast, or does he mean just to get the app?
How do I get with the iPhone? Yeah. Yeah, I believe he wants to just come on and harass me. No, he's a friend of mine from New York. He works in New York, actually, in one of the big buildings. I'm on apps, but don't know. Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. So we'll just test this out and see how it works, because you said you're here on the platform. I can send you a invite and see what you find.
Donald, were you on Periscope?
No, I really never used Periscope very much. I mean, I used it because I was taking some of my content and pushing it towards Periscope, but I never specifically went over there and went live just on Periscope. It was just not my cup of tea, I like to have the two-person combination, like what we're doing right now. Santos, for some reason, I'm not seeing yours is not popping up in my invite list. So sorry, buddy. We'll try it next time. So this is Blab.cafe. This is a place where you can talk about your business, products, and or services. Today we have, it's Jane Cerami. Did I pronounce that right?
Correct. That's correct.
Jane Cerami. Yeah, because here in Denmark, they say ceramics. It's different. It's like ceramics with it. It's really? Pronounced like a K. Ceramics.
Well, it's actually an Italian name. It's Cerami.
Cerami.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. By mobile, get out of this broadcast. Look at your notifications. Yeah, Candy's like a trooper. She's trying to give Santos some tips. But right now, he's not going to see any notifications, because when I went into my list, I didn't see his actual link there. So
he might have to follow you. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No. He doesn't have to literally follow me. I basically I can follow him.
Oh, right.
And then I can go in there and basically, let me try it one more time, Santos. Hold on. Let's see if your name shows up. Santa Claus. Santos Colado. There you go. I just sent you an invite, dude. And I'm going to.
So how is it there in Denmark? Are you, you've been there many years, right? Because I was watching one of your replays.
Yeah, I've been here for 20 years. I came here in 2001.
Is that like your heritage? I mean, is that like,
Yes,
your
I'm a Viking.
I was planning on getting my dual citizenship for Italy. And
no, it's a weird story. I came over here originally because I was married to a Danish woman for 18 years, and her father became very ill, and she moved over here, and then I followed her because we had been living in California for many years.
Oh, okay.
We were pen pals before we got married.
Oh, that's cool.
Very romantic.
I hear a bit of feedback.
What's that?
I hear a bit of feedback, so I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, it's not something to worry about. That's another thing too. Like when you go ahead and utilize like a Logitech camera, I'm not one of these people that have a lot of things plugged into my laptop, because I just think the more you put into your laptop, the more things can go wrong. So the Logitech camera usually solves most of the feedback issues. If you turn your volume on your laptop down, turn that down low enough to where you can just barely hear it, then you usually don't have any issues. But if you do, like me, Logitech cameras have probably about a 2 meter long cable. That's like 5 or 6 feet. So what I do is I put my camera at least 5 or 6 feet away from my laptop as well. So it's literally right in front of my face in some cases.
And it picks up sound, right? Is that correct? It picks up sound. That's the sound as well as the camera?
Yeah, it picks up. It's got a built-in microphone. And
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Logitech is a big enough company that they're going to build products that are not going to have feedback issues. You know, they just don't do that. They're a very good company.
Well, hopefully, I'm thinking I will buy one and invest in one. So that might be the way to go for me. And we'll see.
It's pretty convenient. It's just one USB port that you're using on your laptop, so it's really easy to use. So we're going to wrap this up, and I want to say thanks to Jane Cerami. You put your links into the chat, so that's good. We can go ahead and go back and look at those later. The thing I want to say to everybody that's coming by, that's just coming by for a visit, if you have a business, product, or service that you want to talk about here on the show, just come in to the show, sit in the chat, and basically tell me that you want to come in, and we'll bring you in one at a time. When we were using Blab, I was basically setting it up to invite people in all day. And I was on the first episode of Blab, I was on for 3 hours, and I had 9 different people come on.
That's cool. Yeah. I was on Blab too. I used to use it as well.
Yeah. I like the feature that you could actually stop and start the recording on Blab. That was a really cool feature.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me, Donald, and nice to meet you.
Very nice meeting you. Yeah, you can come back too. Sometime maybe you can bring back some pieces of art, or maybe you can send me some and I can, basically build a slideshow for you and then present it while we're talking.
I don't know if I have your email though. See, that's one thing here that you can't really message.
You can message me on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook.
On Facebook?
Send them in form of PNGs. You can send them in, however formatted you want to make them.
I don't really use Facebook. I kind of don't like to engage in Facebook.
Yeah.
But well, I do use Instagram. I am on Instagram as Jane Cerami Art.
Oh, okay, cool. Jane Cerami Art on Instagram.
And then the next time, if I come in, I can hook up my laptop, and then I can show you this. I can share screens with you, of my artwork too. So we can go either way.
We have presentation mode here as well. So that's cool.
Okay.
Sounds great. All right. Thank you very much for coming by, Jane.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's see. Let me get back to the center. Santos. It looks like Santos is actually here. That's weird. No. It says participant, but I'm not seeing your feed here. So what am I missing? That's odd. I'm going to take and just clear out this invite. I already cleared out the other invites, and I don't know why they're not moving. That's something I got to ask the developers about. So anyways, I just want to basically say before I go, thanks a lot for coming by, and everyone, subscribing and subscribing to the channel and commenting. I really appreciate it. Santos, you want to try one more time to get in? I'll send you a invite and see what happens. Because you should be popping into the studio where I can actually see your feed. But for some reason, all I'm seeing right now is 2 feeds from Mr. Wonderful and 1 feed from Jane Cerami. And that's it. Yeah. Thanks a lot for coming by. It's a TI-411. What is TI-411? Is that one of those robots on one of those programs on the TI-411? TI-411. I'm a TI-411. I must break you. Anyways, Oh, you're on House Party. Okay, cool. I'll go over there in a little bit. Anyways, thanks a lot, everybody, for coming by and participating. Like I said, if you want to come by and tell me about your business products and or services, you're welcome to. Just come by, and when you're in the audience and you've subscribed to my channel and you are sitting in the chat, basically just, but make sure that you're on this platform first. So that means that you have to subscribe. You have to go in and download the HAPS app, which is, it's called haps.tv. Haps.tv, yeah. So once you find that and you download it, then you'll be able to come here to the platform as opposed to like watching it on Facebook or YouTube or wherever. But once you're here on the platform, you can chat in the chat room and I will send you an invite. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.